What is going on, Washington fans? Welcome to the JTFB channel. I'm joined by my boy Rio, who is hanging in, man.
What's going on, man?
It's tough. It is sixth season. It is here upon us. Rio definitely got it first. But we usually, this isn't our usual day to do these streams. We've got a very special matchup tomorrow night, man. We're going to Philly, and these are those. I don't know, man. Every time we play Philly in prime time or we go to Philly, we play them so well for whatever reason. I have no idea. We'll get to a couple things. We'll do predictions, hot takes. We'll talk about the injury report. But I kind of like this short week because we don't have to think about that Steelers game anymore. I'm done. I'm over it. I don't know. How are you feeling so far, man?
It's crazy, man. This short week shit feels odd. I'm nursing sickness, but I've barely got to wipe away the effects of Sunday's game versus the Steelers. And you look now, we're like 20 some hours away from Washington playing on Thursday night football. Nuts. It's kind of brutal because as an NFL player, your body's still bodying after a football game. And to play 4 days later, man, prayers up to those guys. Godspeed to them as well. But it's the Eagles. It's NFC East football. In a divisional game, everything goes. And unlike years past, Washington is also a good football game, a good football team. So I expect a good football game on Thursday night. And I know their roster's better than ours. I know they're on a heater, and we just lost for the first time in a month. But I feel good, man. Bring on the Eagles, man. Beat Philly. Let's go. All that.
I know it. What's going on? Marcus Green said, "Hail, appreciate it. Let's go." Cap said, "B-Rob will play." B-Rob is off the injury report. Like I said, we'll talk about it. There's a positive, but there's some negatives on there too, man. It's
a good thing because B-Rob lives on that shit.
we need him. Ravens and Steelers games both. Without him, they both ran the ball on us. Dude, I was looking at it for the Bleacher Report stream I just did. Do you know the time of possession was almost exactly the same by the second for both of those games?
Yeah,
we had the ball for like
23. Yep.
36 and like 23 and a half. Like, bro, that's crazy. Both games without B-Rob, the other teams just controlled the game on us for the entire game. It was insane. Big reasons why we lost out. What's going on, Bill? Let's get to some of these. Uncensored H said, "Fellas, what's going on? Chef Dre, appreciate you."
Dre, what up, Dre?
Hey, shout out to Dre, man. He be posting some stuff on Twitter and stuff. I'm like, bro, you got to come out to some games, some tailgates or something, cook something up for us because
bro, I told him when I'm not a brokey one day, bro, I need his services, and that boy can cook.
he can cook. This game scares me. It does make me nervous because I think they are the better team. As Cap says, hope Rio feels better. Pray for you. Yes, sir. Definitely. Is Zack Ertz going to show up and spaz on his old team? So we got our three captains. Mm-hmm. Ertz, obviously, first time back in Philly since they traded him. What was it, 21? They traded him?
Yeah, I think it was.
Then you had the rookie, Mikey Sanders, still. Big ups. That's huge, being a captain. Much deserved. They watched that one play where he threw Calvin Austin across the play to blow it up. And they said, yeah, you're going to be a captain this week. And then who's the other one? Jeremy McNichols?
Jeremy McNichols is going to be your special teams captain.
And he's done enough pass pro and doing the dirty work this year to earn a captain spot. So, of course, I thought Zack Ertz would be a captain for this one going back to Philly. Mm-hmm. But is he going to spaz? Bro, I don't know. That was a bad game against the Steelers.
Spaz is aggressive. Spaz may be a little aggressive for me.
I just want catch. I don't even need spaz. I need reliable. That's dependable. That's all I'm asking out of Zack Ertz. Do you think? I mean, I feel like he's overachieved this season so far. What we expected him to do. Mm-hmm. Do you think the Steelers game was just like a one game kind of like wash? We're not gonna think about that Zack Ertz. Are you kind of worried about the tight end room now?
I just remember Cardinals and Eagles fans telling me no yak Zach. And I was like, oh, y'all just mad because he's a fit here. No yak Zach has been the entire story of Zack Ertz. I want to say it was a one-off for Zach, but he's dropped passes in multiple games this year. But the most concerning part about Ertz for me is that every time he touches the ball, he immediately, like we've said at least 3 or 4 times this year, how didn't Zach Ertz score on that play versus the Ravens? How didn't Zach Ertz get to the sticks? How didn't Zach Ertz get more yards on that play? And then it ended up being a play that decided a game on a ball that Jaden threw to be an 11-yard game. He messed up the streak. Instead of being 12 for 12 on fourth down, we now got a blemish because Buddy wants to get on his knee like he's re-proposing to Julie Ertz on the
I don't blame him.
field. You know,
Julie's a diamond.
Julie's a gem, but I promise you don't need to propose again. You can renew your vows somewhere else. You did not need to do that. We're not perfect on fourth down anymore. I take that personally. Like
that, man. And it's like, as a vet, how do you not, like, you know where the sticks are? How are you not extending that route another yard or two? Like, as a vet, it'd have been one thing if Ben Sinnott was out there doing that, like, rookie mistake. But as a vet, how do you not extend that curl or whatever? I think it was just a curl route. I don't think it was an over the ball route. I think it was just a straight up curl route. How do you not extend it a yard or two?
It was like a sit route. Just sit at the sticks. Just sit at the sticks. And like,
you got the short stick.
I've watched that play 1,000 times. Like, the throw could not have been better. The throw was on time. It wasn't early or late. It was on time. It was right between the numbers. Just catch it and go backwards, and your forward progress locks in the first down, and we're moving.
It was hard to watch, man, because who knows what happens after that? Who knows? Zane surprisingly filling in for Austin Cyber. He's also out Thursday.
I honestly think that we go down there for 6 if that Zack Ertz play doesn't come back. I think we're not putting the ball in Zane's hand. I could have seen us going down there and just saying, no, let's win it outright.
Let's just clean it up. Shout out Charles, appreciate you. Hit that like button, absolutely. Hit the subscribe button as well and blow up the chat. Give us your thoughts. I try to read all of these. The last one, it was a little too crazy. We had like 1,000 people up in here at the same time blowing up the chat. So I appreciate y'all, but definitely hit that subscribe and like button. Got some good things cooking up for y'all. Brian Johnson revenge game, something I didn't even think about.
Hey, my boy.
Shout out to anybody. I didn't even think about that. Revenge game, sure. But then also, we talked about Cliff knowing Caleb in that game, and it kind of Caleb looked pretty bad that game until like the last fourth quarter.
Yep.
Do you think having Brian Johnson, like kind of the same thing with Jalen Hurts, and knowing him can kind of help out DQ and like, look, this is what Jalen Hurts does. This is his tendencies. This is what you can look for in that kind of offense. Is that even a factor, or are we just looking too much into that?
I mean, it obviously is a factor, just like it's a factor that Dan Quinn and Joe Witt were coaches for the Cowboys, so they know exactly what the Eagles can do offensively. They know the opponents. We know the opponents. It's a divisional matchup. Here's the thing, though. Philly hasn't seen the newer, improved version of us yet. I feel like they got more guessing games to play than we do. We know what Saquon Barkley is. He's killed us a bunch of times. And we know exactly what Philadelphia's offense is capable of. Their defensive side of the ball, they got some new young pieces over there and a new coordinator on both sides, but they got more questions to figure out than we do.
Yeah, and it's true. I mean, it's not like Saquon came from some random AFC team. Like, we know what Saquon is. We've played him twice a year until he's got into the league. Like, we know exactly what we're getting out of him. But he still is Saquon, man. Like, we have the 28th worst rushing defense in the league right now.
That's not good, man.
And he's already doing backflips and shit over people. Like, I can't even do that in the game, and he's doing it better than in person, bro. That's the one thing, like, I look at this that worries the heck out of me is, what is Saquon going to do in prime time at home against an NFC East, rival team? And man, I don't know.
The way I see it, like, as good as this Philadelphia team is, we all saw with our own 2 eyes Jacksonville driving to beat them on their home field just a week ago.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
Everybody, let's pump the brakes for a sec. I watched the sorry Jacksonville Jaguars with 1:37 on the clock about 21 yards from beating the Eagles. But Trevor Lawrence decides on first down with so much time left to throw up a prayer to what, Dearness Johnson against Nakobe Dean when you have a minute and 30 to go. They were driving to beat the Eagles after being down 22 to the Eagles. So ultimately, I know our firepower is going to keep us in the game versus anybody. We're going to get to it on Thursday.
Yeah, and when it comes down to it, Nick Sirianni is still their head coach. I don't fear any team that man's coaching.
He's a buffoon.
I think even with a slightly better head coach, that team is way better than they are. Like I do not like. You have no idea what you're going to get out of that.
There's the favorite in the conference if they had a better head coach.
Absolutely. Like even I'm not even saying he's a good coach, but you put Mike McCarthy on the Eagles, I think they're even better. Like, dude, I think he is terrible. I think he holds that team back. Ben Sinnott needs more reps. Ben Sinnott taking over. Y'all know that's my boy. I would like to see. Ron said Sinnott is a 15 times for anytime touchdown on Underdog. Use my promo code JTFB. If you sign up for Underdog, you get free money. Is it time that we start looking at more Sinnott? Because I mean, he's the complete opposite yak wise. We saw that in just one catch that he had like in the preseason
where he was throwing dudes out the club on that one catch. I have a question for you because you know the guy, you have scouted him very closely. What does it say about him that he's not out there right now? Does that mean he's developing slower than anticipated? Is it just the rapport that Ertz has with Daniels and Bates is the primary blocking guy? Because I've only seen Sinnott really use the block and then the occasional dump off to the left, or the one he had versus the Panthers where he scored the touchdown. But what's keeping him off the field? Do you think it's just he may not be ready yet?
I mean, I'd say yes, a little bit, but I think he's also progressing really well. Like, I think it's a mix of both. Ertz is the veteran guy. He knew Cliff's defense. He's that safety blanket for Jaden. They have that rapport. We saw it in training camp. We saw it in we saw all the practices leading up to the season that we knew coming into the season. I left training camp and came back home. I'm like, he's going to look his way a lot. He's going to look for Ertz all the time across the middle. He's going to look for him in the red zone. He hasn't scored as much as I thought he would. But then also going back to Kansas State, he was used as a tight end, lined up at the Y as an H-back. Like, he was just so many things. I think he's still settling in as just that tight end. Like, he was 34. They had him back as a fullback. They had him in motion, like behind the line of scrimmage a lot, like in blocks and stuff like that. They had him in line at tight end. They had him out wide at tight end. Like, he just did so much. So I think he's really starting to just learn the position to like a more detail of just a tight end. He's not back there doing things. And honestly, I would love to see him at like fullback on like these goal line, like in the red zones. Bro, he would run some dudes over from that fullback spot. I would love that. And then, like you said, with Bates, I think that's big too. Like, he's actually been a really good blocker.
I ain't never seen Bates that fired up as he was on Sunday. He was ready to kill.
And that was dirty as hell, bro. Fuck Patrick Queen, bro.
Yeah, he was trying to hurt that
Talking
man.
about, he was trying to get me. With what? Bro, you had his arm in like in an arm bar and you were like trying to rip it off. There was nothing clean about that. So I think Sinnott's coming up, man. I think it's just going to take a little bit, but I think when it comes to like route running, yak ability, I think he's clearly the best one on the team. Like,
and we need that because we don't currently get any.
No.
Like, it's not even just the tight ends. All the receivers not named Terry in the tight end room. There's no yak ability on this roster. Yeah, we need somebody who can make some shit shake with some wiggle in the open space. We don't have nobody that could take a slant to the crib. Like, not even Diami, who's our best screen pass runner.
Diami's on my shit list, bro.
Diami can't wait to be a DC defender.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be a battle hog. Absolutely.
That boy, him and Swearinger gonna be going crazy on the defenders together.
Stop it. Not spoons, bro. Stop.
Diami gonna be doing it. He gonna be doing UFL documentary vlogs and shit.
And then give it 3 years. He's gonna be on ESPN doing commentary for like North Dakota State and somebody else, like next to like Ryan Clark or somebody. He's gonna be up there with like those guys. But man, if we didn't score on that drive, bro, I think we're talking more about that than St. Juice. Like, Diambi, how do you drop that, bro?
I hate it though because another person has sniped a touchdown away from Jaden Daniels. That's now like 8 on the season. We've
It
now
is.
taken 8 touchdowns.
Luke
From Jaden.
McCaffrey at the one like 3 times.
Oh my God, Terry
getting knocked down
every fucking time. We've
like
Jaden
Bengals.
You'd have to watch our games to understand why Jaden only has 9 touchdowns. Like some casual Eagles fans gonna come in here, he only has 9 touchdowns, and like you didn't watch the game, sir.
No,
The
it's
man
there.
in my head, he has 17 because I've seen 17.
So, yeah, he got about 2. I'd say about 20 passing touchdowns by now.
Oh my God.
Oh no, it's painful, man. But we're still scoring points. So
we are in an off day. 17 of 34 day, no passing touchdowns day, no B-Rob, and our defense had us figured out for about a half, and we still put 27
Eckler,
on the
2
Steelers.
tutties. McNichols has
and
his
we
random
still
games.
put 27 on the Steelers defense, and people want us to be afraid of Philly tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not afraid of them because they're definitely a beatable.
We're going to score
team.
on them.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with you. Let's bring up the injury report, talk about B-Rob. Because that's just what we do on our live streams. We catch up on the latest news. And this came out like an hour ago. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let me zoom in just a little bit. If I don't break this. Oh, all right, let's see. As y'all know, Marshawn Lattimore is not making his debut. One-on-one. Unfortunately. But I mean, we both, like, even you, like on our stream, said like you kind of figured you didn't think he would play this game.
Yeah, we got gifted 7 points from the fake punt, and they got gifted 7 points on a muffed punt. Try again.
Oh God, let me get down to these chats here.
Good try, buddy.
Let's see what we got here. Where the hell has been off-season hype? It's coming, y'all. I promise it's coming. Don't worry about it. Have we talked about Ben St. Juice and Forbes? No, but we definitely can talk about no Marshawn Lattimore. I honestly prefer it to be like matchup wise. I think the best case would be St. Ristil just follows Devontae Smith wherever, who actually has like a hamstring injury, by the way.
St. Juice on AJ Brown is gonna make me pull.
Bro, please no. God, but no.
It's really all we got for him, though. Like it's all we got for him.
Bro, you at least gotta put Noah like on him some.
We circling the block and putting Forbes back in front of AJ.
No, bro, we saw what happened that game.
Yeah.
That was the downfall of his career in his short career. We cannot let that happen again. I like, and I don't even want to say put St. Juice in the slot because I think he's too big and awkward to be in the slot. But like Noah
has to run with AJ Brown, unfortunately.
God, man. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like at this point, if it gets bad, like if he scores like first drive or something, I'm like, nah, bro, come, like get over. We cannot go 4 quarters with this. Bradley, what's going on, man? So let's pray that Ben St. Juice plays solid tomorrow because Philly fans are looking at him like he's.
We got Eagles fans in here nitpicking shit. Like I could seriously say y'all almost lost to the Browns and we beat them by 21, but I'm not gonna do that though.
You already pulled up the Jaguars game.
Nowhere's over here. We're not gonna sit here and nitpick shit like that.
What year was that? That Super Bowl from?
You know, their only one. You know?
Yeah, we got a couple, but I mean, the thing that really pains me on this is the 3 questionable starting offensive tackles. Most teams don't have 2 starting offensive tackles, but we do. Right. We got 3. Coleman surprised the heck out of me. Limited in practice every day. Questionable with the shoulder injury. Cornelius Lucas has been battling his ankle injury. He's questionable. Wiley was active for the Steelers game, didn't play. That was like an emergency situation kind of thing. He's questionable. Are you hitting the panic button on this or no? Or are you just like, somebody's going to play. Somebody got to step up.
I'm assuming the tackles. I'm assuming at least 2 of 3 are going to play, and I think it's going to be Brandon Coleman and Andrew Wiley. I think both of them with their shoulders, they're going to ice it up and they're going to tough it out versus Philly. Lucas, an ankle, I'm not sure about. Yeah. We may have to.
I got bad ankles, man. It ain't no joke.
The ankles are real dainty. Like they may not be out there. I think 2 or 3 of them going to play. I think it's going to be Wiley and Brandon Coleman. What I love, though, is that we put our right tackle 3, our offensive tackle 3, against the best defensive player in the
Yeah.
league last week, and he had no sacks.
Dude,
TJ Watt,
he didn't have a
no,
tackle.
him and Myles Garrett, the best two edges in the league, the reigning defensive player of the year and what should be the defensive player of the year this year. We shut out both of those guys, and we kept the the Giants defensive line, which leads the league in sacks, no sacks as well. Bobby Johnson has done an amazing job with this O-line in his first year here.
I mean, yeah, he's absolutely cooked. I could not believe that stat. And they said it with like a minute and a half, 2 minutes left. So maybe he got a tackle in like one of the last plays. But they said Watt did not have a tackle, bro. And there was like one play where Jaden was in the end zone, and it looks like Scott definitely held Watt. He got away with it, but we're not gonna talk about that. But they were like, yeah, like he hasn't done anything this game.
Yep.
I was so surprised. I thought, now of course Cam Hayward and Highsmith had an absolute day. But that's the only thing that really worries me, is because I mean the Eagles they got some dudes up front too. But like I said, we've passed every test really so far this season. I'm not really scared of their secondary either. Like I think, dude, Terry on Quinyon Mitchell. I love Quinyon Mitchell, by the way, too. That was one of my favorite guys coming out of the draft.
Oh, he's a dog.
He's a dog, but bro, Terry on a rookie.
They better.
Come on, man.
I think he's probably their better matchup because Terry be beating Slay. But yeah. Terry on a rookie.
And Slay's hurt too.
I keep bringing this stat up because it's still unbelievable that it's a thing. We need Terry to get his first 150-yard game of his career. That's crazy that Terry's never had a 150-yard game. He's amassed 850 yards and 60 catches versus the Eagles, 5 touchdowns. We got to get him his first 150-yard game this Thursday in Philadelphia. He is the only reliable receiver we have. Feed that boy on Thursday, man.
Do you know he's already tied his season record of 100-yard games with 4?
Yep, and he's 1 touchdown away from his career high because the power of having a quarterback, it just changes everything, right?
You love to see it. I mean, y'all probably saw the clip when he was on our girl Kay Adams show. My boy's living life. Like, even after losing to the Steelers, he's like, it doesn't, like, this was before that game, but he was just like, man, I'm having the time of my career. Like, there is no wide receiver happier in the league right now. You got guys like T. Higgins requesting a trade from Joe Burrow. You've got guys just pissed off with their contract situations, and Terry's over here just like, hey, I got me a quarterback. This is all I've wanted my whole career, and it's showing up on the field. YT Riddick, what did the kicker hurt? She's his right hip. So same thing I do every morning when I get up out of bed.
Where did this injury occur? Did this occur like on a routine play? I hate kickers, bro.
I don't think it was in the game because we would have heard about it.
It's not a football, man.
It must I don't think it was one of those Ryan Fitzpatrick water slide things, but like it wasn't during the game.
Water Park Fitz was one of the funniest stories I've ever.
We've been through some shit, bro. Someone said he done popped his hip out going down the water slide out.
And there were people like, I could validate it. He was there, and him and his family were.
Well, that sounds like something he would do. So I'm not saying that. I'm going with it. But no, this didn't happen in a game. I don't know if it happened at practice or if at home he was hanging something up, trying to clean the gutters or what. But the hip, I mean, missing 2 games with that, bro. That's his kicking leg, though. That hip, that's like the bread and butter. That's second, like, worse to the actual leg. Like, I don't know, man. But like I said,
this is how you know these Eagles fans don't know ball. He says the Commanders are like the Cowboys versus the Eagles. No run game. I'm gonna stop you right there, Chief. When did our top 5 to 7 rushing attack become no run game? What are we talking about?
Probably like 3rd or 4th, and that's
we're like 4th.
Austin Eckler with missing games, B-Rob missing games.
Then Rob's missed like 3 or 4 games, and we're a top 5 rushing attack in the league. Like these guys are. I'm telling you, man, it's something in the water in Philadelphia. That's why I'm glad the Eagles fans I know actually know ball, because there's a lot of dummies that just be loud and wrong, and
they got dirty water too. And they ain't even clean.
The main character in the chat all the time, and we just not having that over here, bro.
Absolutely. Let's see, Noah, I can't play AJ because Pickens bodied him with a spectacular catch. It was still coverage, though. Like, it was still good coverage. I ain't putting that on Noah. Pickens just made some crazy body contorting It was a weird place ball. I thought it was
That's
just,
what he does. I
yeah,
told you that's what he does, bro. I
makes
wasn't
no
even
sense.
mad at Noah for that one, bro. That was just George Pickens being a dog, bro. He's NBA young boy as a football player. Just a dog, bro.
That is actually so true.
He's a crash
That is
out.
exactly
He's
who he
a
is.
crash out.
He is
bro.
a walking crash out, bro. The fighting with Samer still after the pick.
We're gonna run on y'all, John. I promise you. We're
Uh,
gonna run on y'all tomorrow. We're gonna run for
yeah.
over 100 yards on y'all tomorrow.
B-Rob back, that boy.
And Jaden ain't ever running for 3 yards in a game ever again. Like,
No, that was the first time. Like, yeah.
you know,
Let's be real. We just don't have the guys to stop AJ Brown.
we
and
don't.
Smith.
I've seen us beat the team with less, bro. I'm telling you.
But like the Bengals, Jamar Chase got big ones on us, and we still were able to win. We just got to score more.
T. Higgins got off on us. We won the football game, man. I watched Sam Howell put up 30 twice on these boys last year, and you don't think I got confidence with Jaden?
I saw Jahan Dotson catch a touchdown.
Yeah, I saw shitty ass Jahan Dotson play decent football against this team, and we supposed to be afraid of these guys? Nah.
Hey, Gucci said Johnny Newton revenge game. That boy was pissed afterwards, and I get it. People were pissed at him. That did not determine the game, bro. Johnny Newton jumping up, that did not determine the game at all. I promise y'all it had nothing to do with it. I did feel bad for him. McLaurin is Mr. Big Play.
That play didn't that Johnny Newton play did not upset me because my brain had already registered loss. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I had already felt like the football gods gave us our one blessing victory versus the Chicago Bears. And after Ertz didn't get the first down, there was a part of me like, I don't even want the ball back because we're cooked. We ran out of our football god victories this season. So I wasn't even mad at Johnny Newton. He was crying after the game. He felt like it was on him. Johnny Newton, I promise you, brother, you didn't lose the game for us.
No.
I promise you.
Now, St. Juice, we can definitely.
St. Juice, like those tears. I wish it was St. Juice crying after the game on Sunday and not Jerzon Johnny Newton. Johnny Newton, a dog, man.
Yeah, he a dog. I mean, I was glad to see like the team was like around him and stuff like that. I get it. That's like the dumbest mistake you can make.
Seeing Russ dance on us hurt my soul, bro. Like,
the fucking AB. Nah, bro. I was
not corny.
That was uncalled for, bro.
Oh man,
I would have rather him do the whole fucking sandwich commercial than
hit that shit offbeat. Shout out Russ, man.
Bro,
shout out Richmond Russ.
I'm about to say, bro, I like Russ. I get a lot of shit for it, but I like Russ, man.
I like Russ too. Man.
Like, what bad thing has Russ ever done?
Wholesome, corny, great NFL quarterback.
Doing lunges on the airplane, bro. Like,
man,
come on, that's the shit you need.
He goes home to Sierra every night, man. I can't hate that, man, if I wanted to, bro.
Hell no, not at all. He's winning that life. I ain't mad at it. Let's get some more chats here. What's going on?
We were trolling them too. We were playing hella Future in the stadium on Sunday. Jalen told me they were playing hella Future in the stadium on Sunday.
Yeah, that's why he did that dance too.
That's why he got his shit off.
He hit that shit on us. Damn, Eagles fans probably dumb enough to think they're better even in the same league as the Lions. Oh, the Lions.
I mean, roster wise, they should be,
but they never play up to the roster.
Yeah, the roster wise. The Eagles should be Super Bowl or bust every year going forward, starting since they lost that Super Bowl to the Chiefs. This team is Super Bowl or bust mode. You forget it because they have lapses in identity crisis. The Eagles have one of the best 4 rosters in the NFL.
We got a good question. Question for the acquisitions we made this offseason. Who you see coming back and who do you see walk? Do we have a lot of guys we got to re-sign? This is gonna be a busy offseason. I don't want to say hectic. It's gonna be busy. But Jeremy Chin, shout out to Jeremy Chin, bro. He got to get a shout out.
Him and Fowler can go right to the top of that list because Fowler is third in the league in sacks?
Third, 8.5, and he's third for tackles for loss at 10. 8.5 sack Fowler, bro.
With 7 games left. Fowler, I'm not even going to hold you. I'm not even trying to hype. This tear Fowler's on looks better than anything I ever saw from Chaser Montez
ever
in a Washington uniform. Yes.
Oh yeah, ever. Fuck college too. No.
He's on pace for 14
high
sacks,
school, DeMatha, wherever.
He's making $3 million this year.
Bro, that's nuts.
1 year, $3.2 million deal. The man is third in sacks, man. Shout out to DQ and them.
I thought that's what Dorrance Arm. If you would have told me somebody on this team has 8.5 sacks, I'm like, it's Dorrance Armstrong.
And if Dorrance did miss a few games, maybe he's in that conversation. He's what at 3.5, but
he
he's
just
missed like
can't
what, 3?
finish them.
Yeah,
Yeah, he gets so many
he doesn't
pressures.
finish, and Fowler finishes. Yep, that's the difference.
Yeah, Fowler just pins that ear back and just finds a way. It's like Dorrance just gets like stopped right at the quarterback, man. I'm like, God, he's so close every single time, but Dorrance just doesn't care. Dorrance will catch your screen and run it all the way back. But yeah, Chin, he's a dog. I mean, there was only a few guys that we signed. It's like
Ertz can walk.
deals. I'm about to say Ertz is another one of these 1-year deals. Hey, I have no problem drafting another tight end and running Ben and like a high end tight end. Like I have no problem with that.
Oh no, is Bates' contract over? His contract's up at the end of the season, right?
We drafted him the year it was in Cleveland because I remember when we drafted him.
That's what 2020.
This guy, I think this is his last year.
Yeah, I think Bates is up too. So we're gonna need another. God damn it, Ertz is about to come back. We're about to bring old man Bobby back. We about to bring old man Ertz back. Old man Eckler.
Eckler had was his a 3-year deal?
No. Eckler's on a 2-year. It's a 2-year deal. Never mind. Eckler's gonna be back.
Oh yeah, he back. But people still think we should draft a running back. I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either.
I like some of these ones.
We need to draft a home run hitter at some point.
Oh, we need a dominant wide receiver. We need T. Higgins.
I want us to draft a receiver at some point and sign one. That room needs to be rounded out.
I said it.
Gone.
I said put Egbuka in the slot, put T. Higgins out wide with fucking with Terry, bro.
Higgins is unreliable as hell, but if we're gonna shoot our shot at somebody in the offseason, he's the guy. At the age and size,
Asante Samuel Jr. That's all I care about in free agency. Mm-hmm. T. Higgins and Asante Samuel. Our defense was ass cheeks last year. This year is a whole different defense.
We were the worst offense in the NFL last year.
Yeah, every team put up 30 on us last year.
We scored 62.
But the thing is, y'all still, even the games you win, it's ugly as shit. Like, have they even blown anybody out this year?
I mean, yes, they've blown out the last. Like they blew Dallas out on Sunday. And they blew the Giants out,
bro. If Trey Lance is playing quarterback in the game, I don't give a fuck who they blew out.
But I hate the let's look at your opponents versus look at our opponents thing, because you can skew this argument to acquiesce to whatever your point is. So I hate it. Like I can say, oh, we beat the shit out of the Browns, and you struggled versus
y'all lost to the Bucks too.
We both beat the Browns. You know what I'm saying? We both beat the Browns. So who cares if we beat them better than you? At the end of the day, you got one win for it, just like we did. So we're gonna have these are two good teams playing tomorrow. And while the Eagles should most likely be the favorite at home versus us with a rookie quarterback and company coming off a loss this week, we can win the game tomorrow. Period.
Why are our linebackers ass versus the run? That's a great question,
bro. As good as Wagner and Luvu, because Luvu ultimately is a better situational rusher than he is an off-ball linebacker.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna agree with you. I think they're way better in passing situations, but why are they bad at stopping the run? That's a damn good question.
Bobby old and Luvu just wants to rush the. Luvu picks gaps terribly, and Bobby's old. That's all I got. Luvu.
Ain't no stat analytic to it.
I call Luvu the CTE missile because he plays with a screw loose. And while I love it, sometimes he's coming downhill 100% full speed and hits the wrong gap. And that shit opens up a Red Sea type hole for a running back to go through. And Bobby's just too old to come downhill as fast as he wants to.
I did see a stat. Ryan Fowler posted this. God, I hate the new photo layout for iPhones. It's awful. Here we go. Only team in the NFL with 2 off-ball linebackers with 10+ pressures in the NFL is Washington. Frankie Luvu and Bobby Wagner both. Washington has generated the 3rd highest pressure rate at 41.4% in the NFL since week 5. 41.4 pressure rate. That's really good since week 5. And 2 of those guys. But why can't they stop the run? I don't know, man. It drives me nuts. I think it honestly comes down to it. If you watch a lot of the big runs, somebody's getting double team in the run game. It's usually the interior D line. And then the offensive lineman's job is to climb to the second level right away. They just get blocked up. They just get blocked up. I don't know who here plays college football 25 or Madden. But if you look at a play, you can look over at blocking. It shows like the offensive lineman hits his first gap, and then he's supposed to climb and go to the second level. That's honestly what it is. It's just we need the interior D line to just fill shit up.
Madden no turbo and Luvu is all turbo. That is so accurate, Joe Ray. That is an accurate ass comment.
Hey, they both still balling though. Shout out to them. Let me get some more of these chats we got over here. We should trade Lattimore if we don't play by next week. Injury prone. People have been saying the stupidest stuff on Twitter already. Like, I regret this trade. Blah blah. We expected this. We expected him to be out. People said, "Oh, he's just faking the injury." I try to tell you, I don't think he was faking it. I think that was a real hamstring injury. But still, once again, they did their job. They did their due diligence. Ben St. Juste was 10 to 12 yards off the ball and still got burnt. Bro.
By a dude with no ACLs.
He has 1.5 legs, bro. It is a fade route from like a 6'5", 6'6" Mike Williams, and you have a 10-yard cushion and you give up a fade route touchdown, bro. I've watched that play too many times. You said you watched the Ertz one too many times.
I put it on a loop, man. Another play I've watched a lot of times is that QB draw wins the game, bro. Oh my God. Cosby guessed wrong and that wins the game.
Who was that? Keanu Benton?
Benton, bro. That draw, because when I watched it live, I was so into it. What are we calling a QB drive on the game-winning drive? It was perfect, Josh. It was lined up.
But he said it too. Like, hey, respect to him, because he's like, that was my bad. I guess wrong. I did the wrong thing.
He said the guy has a tendency of going outside, and I played outside leverage, gave up the inside. He trips up Jaden. 1 yard gain. Jaden has the whole
department.
Bro, we have it blocked up. So Cliff Kingsbury was in the duffel with that one, man.
He was ready to run down the sideline and celebrate a touchdown. He definitely had that one. Doug said, shouldn't we have the same energy for Joe Witt for putting St. Juste on an island when you know he's a liability on man? But at the same time, like, you just got to do your job. You got to do your job.
And my only thing was because we blitzed on the play, I believe. So we rolled down the safety. Like, I don't want Benjamin St. Juste on an island by himself. I get that. But like the play call, like all he had to do is just not get scored on, bro. And if you see your best asset, St. Juste, is that you're grabby and you will interfere with receivers. Tackle him next time. Don't just let Mike Williams' big ass run wide open to the
get your 7th pass interference of the season. Who cares? We're already keeping count. Like, go ahead. When are we gonna see McGee? He's just been. That is a great question. He's just been hurt so much. He's healthy now. Maybe they start rotating him in more, like especially for those run situations. But it's funny because last year Wagner actually was like rotating off the field and stuff, and people are like, oh, that's kind of weird. And I thought that would kind of happen this year. Like, I didn't think Bobby Wagner would be like an every down linebacker. Just because you want fresh feet. But then also, like I said, Jordan McGee. So, I mean, Bobby, he getting there slow, but he getting there. Mm-hmm. Ain't no doubt about it. Let's see what else we got here. Defense is playing split front with 6 in the box and a small nickel. Offenses can double team both tackles and climb to second level. Absolutely. Which is why I think we need to just play. That's why I want Marshawn, because we can play more man. And you can have a guy like Jeremy Chin really help out in the run game. I want him to play a little bit more closer in the box than he has been. We just play so much cover 2, so much cover like 4. We play 2 high safety. I want to see like how it is compared to the rest of the league. We play it way too much just because we are so worried about these big plays happening behind us. They're like, oh, we need 2 safety help. When you have Marshawn on the field, I cannot wait to see how much that drops to where it's just 1 single high safety. And I don't know who it would be. Quan or Chin?
It would probably be Quan.
Because he's got better range.
But Chin, his big ass got range, though, bro.
That interception, he was gone. Like a fucking gazelle.
That sideline range for sure. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't familiar with your game, sir.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I was not expecting that at all. Appreciate y'all blood up the chat. Like I said, I'm trying to get to all of them. NFL IG been showing us hella love this year. Just dropped a 20 slide of Terry highlights. Good, because he's having the best year of his career so far. Me and Rio talked about all the stats.
Finally got a quarterback, man.
Eagles won't score first half, I'm hoping. Maybe that'll be one of our hot take predictions that we got. Hey, Rio, peace from the 215. You know that you're going to have our rip money on Friday. AJ's going to need that.
We're gonna see.
The thing I do like about Philly fans is like Philly fans love to talk, and like I do like that. I like that with the Bears fans. I like being able to walk out and be like,
"Yep."
The energy leaving that Bears stadium, like I was doing that on everybody after that Hail Mary. So I have a love-hate relationship with Eagles fans because they can talk, back it up. I live in South Jersey, 15 minutes from the Eagles Stadium. These Eagles fans have been running their mouths this week. Good. Just keep.
That's what they do.
That's all they know how to do, honestly.
They run with Google stats that they did not know, and they're trying to paint narratives.
Game cast screenshots. Well, right. AJ Brown did this, and Jane didn't throw over 3 touchdowns.
Here are these pie chart analytics that I just found on Twitter that I'm going to bring in and act like I made the greatest point of all time. Oh, good, bless your heart.
What y'all think Sirianni going to do after he's fired? He gonna open up some jewelry shop downtown Philly with Big Dom.
It's cool. They're gonna get introduced tomorrow real quick to Jaden Daniels and the new Washington Commanders offense. Like your defense, congratulations. They played some bad offenses. Y'all gonna see it's gonna be dead. Like I seen somebody say that we're gonna score under 21 points on them, and I said, oh, they so cute. They so cute. They really think we're gonna score under 20 points on them. Bless their hearts.
I think this has a chance of being a high-scoring game, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a shootout.
I think it'll be a shootout. Simba Sports was going on, said, was that trade from Marshawn for the late half of the season? Because I have never seen a midseason trade miss multiple weeks.
I mean, he was hurt coming in now.
Yeah, I mean, we knew he was banged up coming in. But you get him. It's not like I'm not saying he's just going to play for the playoffs, but you make that kind of trade because the playoff window is open. The opportunity is there. You're like, all right, we need somebody of this caliber to help on that stretch. And then a lot of our NFC East games are at the end of the season.
This trade was more about the foreseeable future than the right now. The team is not moving with the burgundy tinted lenses of the fans saying, we need him for the Philly game. We're trading for him so he can play against Philly. They're not moving like that. So I think fans need to pump the brake. If we put his ass out there against AJ Brown or Smitty and his hamstring tears off the bone like Rain Dakota Prescott, we're going to look stupid as hell.
Yep, I agree. Do you think this is a must-win game? I've seen that go around this week. I have my take on it, but what do you think?
In my heart, because I don't want to lose to them, because I think they have one of the dumbest fan bases, like the bad ones, you know. Yep. The NFC East, you know, we know how our fan bases all act, but I don't want them being able to walk around with this pompous arrogance, but statistically and mathematically, it's not a must win. I want to win it for me personally, but bro, we have 2 games versus the Cowboys, the Saints, the Titans, and we see the Eagles again at home and the Atlanta Falcons at home. So technically it's not a must win game, but in my heart of hearts, it is a must win.
That's kind of how I feel about it too. I said that early and I got a lot of hate for us. This is the must win. People are like, no, it's not. You still got how many games we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games if you include the Eagles game. But man, I'm just saying the NFC is stacked, bro.
It's loaded.
I don't want to be that team. Like, there's a chance that, let's just say, 3 teams from another division could make the playoffs and we miss. That's a real possibility. It's going to come down to like 1 or 2 games.
And this is divisional, man. This is divisional.
That's what I'm saying.
This matters, bro.
We can't lose both to Philly.
I want this one. Oh, no, we're not losing both games.
Fuck no.
That's
absolutely not. We're going to sweep we're going to sweep the Cowboys. That's a lot. That's an absolute lot. If you don't have tickets to any of the Cowboy games yet, go ahead and do that. I will definitely be going to the one January 5th. I'll be smoking my playoff cigar in the stadium during that game. We up 40-0 at halftime.
Lit.
But I'm just saying, man, the Falcons one, it's up in the air for me. Saints, that's a dub.
Saints, Titans, and the 2 Cowboys games are a dub. That's 11 wins right there.
But is that enough to lock into the playoffs?
Oh yeah, no, 11's getting you in the playoffs.
I hope so. I'm just saying, man.
11 is going to have us playing Philly for first place in the NFC East.
And that's another thing. I want to win the NFC East. I don't want to be some low seed.
I'm not trying to. I'm not settling for just. I don't want to have to play in the hunt roulette, mathematically eliminated roulette. Like, I don't want to do that.
We're like the first round, we're going to play like the Packers or the Vikings, a good team. Mm-hmm. And it's going to fucking suck.
Oh, everybody like in the NFC is pretty solid. There's a lot of solid teams in the NFC, man. I want to host a playoff game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's another thing, too. It depends on how you look at it. But in my opinion, I think it is a must win because, like you said, I want home field advantage. I want to win the NFC East. I don't want to leave it up to somebody else. I want the easiest path in the playoffs. I don't want to have to go through the 49ers first and then like the Eagles and then like the Lions.
I think if you want to win the division, this is a must-win game. But I feel like there's still so much football to be played to call it a must-win game.
To me, it feels like it. Maybe it's because we did lose to the Steelers and everyone's like, oh, let's settle expectations on this team. Fuck that. My expectations are still high for this team. Mm-hmm. I still am like sky high on this one. I want to give Philly the Cardinals treatment. I feel like we can rattle Jalen, and you know what? That boy fumbles and throws picks. I told y'all that boy takes hella sacks, and he loses a lot of yards on those sacks.
And he goes on periods where he pisses the ball around the field.
Yeah, he has been better. He went on a stretch of like 5 games where he didn't throw a pick.
And it comes and goes. It comes and goes, man.
Tomorrow. It's gonna come and it's gonna go. See what we got here before we jump in. See if there's anything else here in the chat. Everybody just talking smack. Love it. Eagles. I love seeing the Eagles fans just blowing up the chat too. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Cigar for a wild card.
Rolling deep with their Googled stats, with their copy and paste ass stats that they just found out.
Oh, no, I love it. Appreciate it. Y'all keep talking to each other in the chat. I'm not reading all y'all's bullshit. But y'all keep talking about it. But let's take a look at it, man. Vegas has it at a 3.5 point game favoring Philly. Hit that subscribe and like button while you're at it, y'all. We are on the stretch of the stream here. We're going to get to our hot takes predictions.
Ooh.
And 3.5 Phillies at home. I'm not mad at that. Like I feel like that's right. I feel like that's correct. What's Bet US right now?
I think it's about the same. 3.5 right now. 3.5. Yeah.
Fair. Not mad at it. I'll take it. They're at home. I feel like it would be, I don't want to say maybe opposite if we were at home, but I feel like it'd be kind of, I'd say it'd be like 2.5.
They should be the favorite, bro. They're still the favorite to win the division. They're at home in a prime time spot versus a young team that finally got bitten by the injury bug. They should be the favorite in the game.
Yeah, we haven't had our bye week yet. We still have
that week 14 bye week is some ass.
Gotta go. Like the cutoff should be like week 11. Like it should not be after that.
Week 14 is crazy because that bye week helps teams. It kills teams and it helps teams. Like the Eagles came off their bye week a new team. Like Stella got her groove back when they got off the bye week.
We are hurting literally. We need that bye week. We have like a half a bye week after this game, I guess, if you want to call it a half a bye week, like not having to play Sunday. Let's get to some hot takes. We'll start with defense. What is one of your hot takes predictions for Washington's defense?
Oh God, where do we go with this week? Okay,
I got one.
Hot. You go first, and
I'll give you a second.
I'm gonna feed off your energy.
I think the streak of this run that Fowler's on continues, bro. When he sees a quarterback, it's like his hair fucking catches on fire. Like he wants it. I think we get a Dante Fowler strip sack, and he gonna run that thing back. I think a scoop and score Dante Fowler continues this Pro Bowl-esque run that he's on, takes it to the crib. Because Jalen, I don't know, man. Like I said, he takes these sacks. Sometimes he doesn't see it coming. I just think Fowler's gonna hawk him from behind, pick it up, and take it back.
Okay, so you got Dante Fowler scoring a touchdown on Sunday.
Keep it going. Yep.
Give me a Jeremy Chin forces a turnover again this week. Jeremy
Ooh.
Chin forces another turnover this week.
Back.
They're not getting a clean sheet. They're going to turn the ball over versus us on Sunday. You know, we're like the only team that, like, if it wasn't for a damn muffed punt, we would only have 3 turnovers on the year. Offensively, we've only turned the ball over 3 times in 11 weeks, which is unheard of. That's probably that's probably something new for you Eagles fans. That is a fact. Yep. Washington has the least amount of turnovers through 11 weeks in the history, since 1933. You know, y'all can write that down in your copy and paste
long ass time.
But Jeremy Chin's gonna force a turnover this week. That's my bold prediction.
I think we're +6 in the turnover margin this year. That's the only thing keeping me from going crazy with the defense at times is we have been getting turnovers. Like that Quan Martin ripping out the fumble, even though we didn't score off of it. And the Jeremy Chin interception, didn't score off of it, but I'm like, hey,
it was like a punt.
Yeah, I was like, hey, at least we're getting turnovers, man. On the offense, like my heart wants to say Ertz revenge game.
I don't even got it in me. I don't got it in me to say
that. Like I just some Lifetime movie feel good shit, but
Ertz 2 touchdowns.
It's not there. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Yeah. I don't feel it. I think if somebody's gonna have a revenge game, it's gonna be B-Rob versus the injury report revenge game. Coming back, I say B-Rob over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Ooh, over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
100 yards all purpose and 2 touchdowns.
All purpose. Okay. 100
he gets that. Yards, you know that random ass screen he gets.
Yeah, that random screen. Are we going to figure out how to run the screen again? Because we've got every screen we've run for weeks sniffed out. When we started the season killing shit on the screens, bro.
We stopped. Then we started doing that shit where Diami was supposed to throw it all the way across the field to Jaden Daniels.
Oh, we need to cut that shit out of the playbook, bro. That 0 for 3 means a permanent banishment from the playbook at this point.
B-Rob is playing, Troy. B-Rob is active and good. He's headhunting.
All right. Offensive hot take. Give me Terry McLaurin 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. Terry has never had a 150-yard game. I'm going to keep bringing this shit up until I can speak it into existence. Unfortunately, playing quarterback carousel, Terry's never had a 150-yard game. Put that rookie in front of him and let him go to work, bro. 150 yards, 2 touchdowns for Terry, and he gets his career high in yards, and he gets his season career high in touchdowns, because that would be 8 for the season. Give it to me. 150 and 2 tutties for Terrence McLaurin.
So is he catching that in the end zone? Or is he catching it at the
knowing Terry, it gotta be in the end zone in goal-to-go situations, because he's gonna get hawked inside the 5 every time.
But he's still gonna hit him in the red zone. All right, I feel
chunk plays that, like, if you could bet a prop for Terry catching a deep ball that's gonna be stopped short of the end zone, I would play it every week.
Longest yard receptions, no touchdowns.
Longest reception. 48 yards, not result in score.
No points.
Will not result in points.
Offense hot take. JD throws for 250, 2 tutties.
I don't think that's that hot. I think
that's hot. I think it's very doable.
That's probably what he's gonna do something similar.
Terry 160. Hey, I like this one. Eckler 40-yard touchdown run like he did against the Bengals. I like it. Nice. Score predictions. I haven't said anything in our group chat.
Buddy done said 9 and 7 in here like 8 times. Buddy, there's 17 games. There's 17 games in the season now, bruh. I didn't know. I know y'all don't know much.
That Philly math ain't math.
Yeah, that's Philly math. I know it's not full grade school, but 9 and 7 equals 16, brethren.
Hold on, he might not know this. If you got an iPhone, they have an app.
Also,
the calculator app.
My man look how he spelled played Giants. They played the Giants twice. He's talking like Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast. They played the Giants twice.
Y'all play the Giants twice too. We in the same division.
Talking like the candle from Beauty and the Beast. I'm crying,
blood. I hate to tell you this, but guess what? We both lost to the Bucks. We both beat the Browns. We both beat the Bengals. We're gonna smack the Cowboys like y'all did.
Hey,
we did the same shit that y'all did.
John Riddick, your biggest op tomorrow is not the Washington
It's
Commanders.
learn how to turn on the TV.
It is punctuation and grammar. Like,
oh shit! Figuring out how to hook up to the Wi-Fi. Oh, she said all the buses in Philly.
They ain't go to Abbott Elementary, apparently.
Hell no. Start with Dora before you get onto the game. Something. All right, score wise, man. Like we both said, it's gonna be a high score. But I think Vegas.
I got mine. I got mine. If you think about yours still,
say yours. I don't know.
Shootout City. No Austin Seibert. I got all touchdowns, no field goals involved. 28-27, Washington 1-point victory in dramatic fashion. And you know what happened last time we played on prime time. Remember how the world fell in love with Jaden? Wait till he gets this dub on Thursday Night Football against Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. Give me a 1 point, 28-27 victory over the Philadelphia Eagles.
He was a demon against the Bengals. That's to me when he really broke out of his shell.
Yep.
That touchdown to Terry, that place was dead ass quiet. I was like, I'm not used to a Washington team just putting foot on the throat at the end of the game like that. I'm with you. I think it's going to be a little bit high. I got 31-28 Washington.
We don't understand you in the chat, sir. we don't comprehend. No comprende.
Who is last place?
I know last place.
Ain't no Giants fans in here, right?
He be typing like Yoda.
Last place
last place in NFC East. In hard, you got blind. In dark.
All right, baby Yoda, appreciate you coming by the stream. Hot take: Forbes gives interception, stiff arms. AJ, that's an out of this world take. That is not even a hot take.
I love it.
That is a take from hell.
Made a lottery.
Mechanic take, yes, but that's the case. We got some more scores here: 32-28, 30-13.
My head rocking. I shouldn't be laughing this hard.
Hey.
I feel like I'm getting drumlined on my brain right now.
All right, Nick. 31-28. You said 28-27. So we both think it's going to be close. We think
Johnny Newton 2 sacks. I like it. Oh,
Johnny Newton revenge game. He's going to be pissed. That's how that boy plays. Like, I can't wait to see what he does. I think this is going to be a good one, man. I am nervous as fuck for this one just because I always am. Every game, honestly, but these boys are beatable. I'm not scared of Philadelphia. We play them like the Giants play us every single year for whatever reason. I'm not worried about this game. I think we win this one.
I think we win it as well, man. And I enjoyed the banter coming from Philadelphia Eagles fans, bro. I know we're a divisional op, but I promise you, the biggest op y'all got in Philadelphia is grammar.
And Nick Sirianni.
Y'all got a lifelong battle with the whole English language.
They're still in the old English. We're on that new English.
Got us winning the game, and we could definitely lose. We're not the favorite in the game, but I got us winning it as well, man.
We just gotta be on our A game. We can't go to this game like we did that Steelers game. But that game was so winnable. It's not even funny. Even with how bad we were, that Steelers game was so winnable.
It frustrates me because it was like everybody's like, oh, okay, get over it. We're still 7-3, and I get that, but also I don't want to I don't want to freaking accept losing, especially in a game that we could have won,
I like it, man.
Oh, this dude Anthony Green, he was in Philly Mike shit earlier. You thought Yoda in this chat was bad. This boy done got 9 sentences stacked on top of each other. Like, I'm telling you, bruh. These boys, English is the biggest op on their schedule this season, bruh.
I love it, man. I appreciate them coming by. Hey, I'm glad y'all wasted y'all's day at work over here on the chat. Appreciate y'all. I'll be going live. I don't care what time the game ends. I will be going live right after the game tomorrow. Rio, what you got coming up on the channel, man?
Philly 500
Everything.
coming on. I got Philly 500
All right.
coming on tonight to preview the game at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. We pushing through pneumonia and we getting busy and we talking about this week is crazy, bro. The game's tomorrow. I'm gonna be live for the entire game. Watch party starting at 7:45 tomorrow, and then we're gonna do a post game show after that. So you know how the vibes be, man.
Always get busy. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Rio's channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button on your way out. Appreciate y'all. Feel free to drop your comments afterwards. We're going to get this dub. We're going to go 8-3, take first place back in the NFC East. And then we're just going to watch some ball on Sunday and watch other teams struggle. That's how it should be. That's how a primetime Thursday night game should be. Rio, man, I appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, I'll be going live right after the game. Rio will as well. So
let me read one more comment before we go. Ain't nothing wrong with my English. Fuck is you talking about? Is a slang dickhead trash ass team. My God, that boy never saw a diploma in his motherfucking life. Let's get out of here, Josh.
he must have went to Auburn. Oh my God.
He was probably a great athlete. Someone was doing all his work for him.
Yeah, absolutely. One hell of a
boy just tried to mansplain. He tried to mansplain slang, and that shit ain't even add up or connect. Let's get out of here, man.
On that note, I appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week. For the stream.
Cry about it, man. Cry Eagles cry. Let's get this dub.
Yes, sir.